let's make another electric mining drill. We'll try and set this copper up if we can. Now you will know that this isn't the only way to set up an iron furnaces and etc. My English is getting worse, I think. There are a few different ways to set up for iron plates. This is my setup that I do use. It does work does work quite well, but cannot guarantee that it will work for you. You know, have a bit of a play around with it. You can follow what everyone else does, but you know, it's more about how creative you can be. You will notice that the actual trailer for this video on Steam actually shows a massive setup of machines sorting to, you know, some ungodly end, but that was done, you know, I think a handful of people tried to set that up, and it's just ungodly. I don't know how they did it, but kudos to them for actually setting it up. That would have taken a mammoth effort, especially you know, a few different bright minds being on that. Let's put that there, so at least we don't have to waste. And one down here. Okay, so now it's just gonna collect itself. Now let's try and move this whole copper setup, because once we set this up, it's going to come out to about here. So we want to make it so that this runs vertical up towards the stone, so that, except for that crude oil in there, that's going to be annoying. Or do we make it run out the other way? I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. I just don't know. So at this present time, we're at the stage of where can we put stuff? We don't really need that. We don't really need it. Might as well make it though. Anyway. Yeah, we actually do have a fair bit of iron going out at the moment. We'll just create 2 of these. There we go. Move that up to here somewhere. We need another one. And a few transport belts to go along with it. So let's try and collate some of this. So now that's going to be running. We have a bit of a problem where our copper has no coal. So what we're going to do is, hopefully, if we don't have it yet, but maybe we can try and sort something out just for a temporary means. Make sure to leave a few spaces, just so when you're setting up it, you're not going to get too crowded. Okay. 1, 2. Oops. Yep. A lot of this game is just an absolute kerfuffle, because now I'm realizing that the crude oil is going to be in the way. Oh, actually, I can build over it. That's okay. Yeah, we've got a fair bit of crude oil at the moment, so we don't need to worry as much. We'll just build over it. Don't worry. We can always get it later. Don't you worry. Oh, there we go. Okay. So now we're going to build across. There we go. So now that is going to build its own little thingamy, jiggamy, bobbamy, higamy. Anyway, so or can we? I suppose we could try and do a little setup. Maybe, maybe not. We're going to need a lot of those belts. Build all the belts. All the belts. So you notice that it's still making every individual item as we need it in the pocket. It does take a bit of time, but you know, that's how it goes. Now everything has a sort of a stack set up in them. So at the moment, boilers only collect 5 coal at a time. So once one is depleted, it will ask the inserter to pick up another one and pop it in. As we'll see in a minute, it'll just pop one back in, back up to 5 coal. So if you click on an actual network, the electrical pole, you'll see that we have a consumption, production, and accumulator. I can't say that word. Accumulator capacity. We don't need to worry about the accumulator yet. So at the moment, our consumption is the 4 mining drills and the 18 inserters that we've currently got cranking. So obviously the drills are going to consume more power, but at the moment we can see that our steam engines aren't working, which means that they can produce a lot of power. So bottom in the right hand side you'll see performance and then available performance. We're not even using a quarter of the power that it is producing, which is a great thing. That means we have a lot of room for expansion. Okay, one more. Make it even. Make it even. That's it. Make it even. So we've still got a lot of this coal. It is slowly building up, but the problem is we have to do the same sort of setup. Actually, we're going to leave a little bit more room, so I fear that we're going to run out. We've probably got enough room there for another one. How am I going to set this up? Well, basically what I'm trying to do is trying to set it up so that we can... I will move that, and nope, and that. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to have to come in a bit lower. So what we're trying to do, we've got the conveyor belt back the wrong way. So what we want to do is we want to bring it in from the right and then bring our there we go. So what we're going to do is we'll clear the plate. Clear the belt, sorry, not plate, that's the wrong thing. So now it is only going to stick on one side. It looks a bit messy, yeah, but I don't really care about the whole mess kind of thing. So let's just go and put an inserter back over here. And yeah, we'll pop one of those. So now it's going to transfer the coal to here. Once it hits the furnace, it will come off and go onto this belt. So this can be said for both sides. As you can see for here, it will filter both sides. I'll just clear the plate. I will get it right one day. I really will. So that is our copper setup. We've got a little bit of a setup. Some people would say that that is quite messy. You should be doing it a different way, but each to their own. It depends on exactly what you're doing as opposed to the output. Now, you'll probably see that I've kind of run out of coal. Not to worry, we're going to change both of these out for another electric mining drill. So, oops, one too far. We'll bring this all the way up over here. Let's get rid of both of these because we don't need them anymore. So, you bring them all the way to here. And now it's going to ask me for power because it does that every time. So now it's just going to, they're both going to filter out. So we should get a nice even flow where they're both producing two next to each other, which is a good thing. That means that it will get first this first inserter to the second one. And eventually we should get enough that it will, we probably should make another one, shouldn't we? We don't have enough iron plates. That's okay, we can make another one. We can always make more. Now, there is always room for fine tweaking on this game. You know, you can add more iron, more furnaces to make iron plate, etc., etc. Let's make 2 more setups. Oops, I've got to be closer. Yeah, you do actually have to be a certain distance before it will actually allow you to do anything. It's quite annoying, but nonetheless. Why is that? Oh, right, it's running backwards. That would make a lot of sense. Okay, now, so we have this set up. It's just going to now feed everything. We need power. It's going to be very annoying, especially trying to set up power. Sometimes you just can't get the whole power set up. That is really messy, this electrical pole setup. Oh well, who cares? I don't care. Nobody cares. So that is almost our lovely little setup. Now I'm pretty sure we're going to need a little bit of research to be done. You'll note in the top right it says research. So if we click on that, it will tell you that, you know, the list of technologies that we have available to us. Now, the the aim of the game, this game itself, is to make a rocket silo with a rocket and fly into space. That is our main goal. That is the aim of the game. But for some reason, you know, you don't have to go into space. You can keep going and improve the, you know, your factory as much as you want. I've never actually been to the rocket silo. I've never actually flown into space. One day I will fly into space. We don't need you making any more stone at this moment. But at this time, what we need are labs. Now, labs is how you make your research. So we're going to make a lab. And with that, we're going to make 10 science packs. So with this, it will sit there and automatically make everything as you have the ingredients, slowly making everything. Now the lab will take quite a bit of time to actually make. It takes 5 seconds, if you'll note. And then the science packs take about 5 seconds as well, including it's about, you know, 5.5 seconds almost for every beaker that's made. So here's our lab. So temporarily, we're just going to place it down, and we want to research our automation, which gives us an assembly machine and a long-handed inserter. So if we just grab the beakers and put them in there, it will now look like there's a bit of a funny thing going on. And you'll note that I can toggle this on and off by what's in the machine by pressing Alt. You can do this for a few machines. You'll note that through the game I've got this on. It just tells me what's on the game, or sorry, what's in that machine itself. The game seems to be a bit laggy at points. Okay, we're making a few more. So we only need 10 for this automation. The next thing that we want to research is logistics, which gives us the underground belts, fast inserter, and a splitter. The splitter itself will pretty much make this inserter obsolete. So it will make it will take the original transport belt items, so such as the coal, and split it 1 for 1 on the belt. So, which is a good thing because that means that belt is filled. We will need to research that down the line, but it's a good thing that we now have a constant supply of coal to everything. So good. We are almost in a nice little spot, but as you note that the more pollution we create, the further this goes. You'll notice that it does blink now and then. It's the pollution trying to get bigger. You'll note that we can't see anything on the map. Oops, pushing the wrong buttons now. We can't see anything. That means we need a radar. So if we build a radar, this will slowly scan sectors of this map to make it bigger. It does take quite a while. You can pretty much make a few of them, but the problem is they do chew a lot of current. So they almost chew 300 kilowatt, which is quite a lot, as opposed to the 90 absorbed by the electric mining drills and the 13 from the inserters. So this will slowly do its thing. It will go around the map. If we watch it, if you'll note, it's scanning. Sector scanning is in progress, and you'll actually notice that there is a fire rating for this actual product. Actually, there's a fire rating for a few things. There's an explosion one for the stone furnace, which is a bit creepy. So it's completed, and you'll note that there is a new square on the actual map, and if you look at the mini-map, the same thing occurs. So the mini-map will only get so big before it stops. I'm pretty sure Yeah, I think it's 2 more notches down on either side. So you get 3 on either side, and that's it. And then it will just scan random sectors over and over to update the map's information. So eventually you'll see that these, when I get it right, you'll see a live feed from these actual camps, because it's constantly scanning the area. So you'll see the enemy actually moving towards your base. Hopefully we don't get attacked as early as I'd hoped, but we'll see how we go. We need to fulfill the rest of the science labs in that. Okay, so that will give us our automation, and we are done. I'm pretty sure that is all we have time for. Yeah, I'll just wait for that to finish, and hurry up. Hurry, 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 hurry. Hurry all the ups. Run. Okay, now we are done. So now we have to pick another technology. So we're going to pick logistics, basically, only because we need underground belts and we do need splitters. And fast inserters we don't really need yet, but we will need it very shortly. We could go for turrets and stone walls, but we do have a handgun, so we can defend ourselves early on game. Unless you've set the difficulty of some sort with a command, it makes it harder, or you just want to be really close to their base, then I would suggest maybe turrets and walls first off. But that would require a lot of automation. So I think that's all we have time for in this episode. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel for more. And I will see you guys next time. Yeah. Conveyor belt ride.